Imagine waking up in a dingy hotel room, groggy and disoriented, with a searing pain in your side. As you lift your shirt, you're horrified to discover a fresh surgical scar. Your kidney is gone, stolen while you slept. This nightmare scenario is a brutal reality for victims of the shadowy world of illegal organ trafficking. In this shocking exposé, we'll take you deep inside the sinister underbelly of transplant tourism and the global black market for human organs. You'll learn how desperate patients and ruthless criminals have created a deadly underground industry worth billions. We'll reveal the dark methods used to lure unsuspecting donors, the makeshift operating rooms where lives hang in the balance, and the vast criminal networks profiting from human misery. But that's not all. By the end of this video, you'll understand why this illicit trade continues to thrive despite international crackdowns. And we'll share the story of one brave whistleblower whose testimony could finally bring down a major organ trafficking ring. The truth behind this grim business will leave you stunned and may change how you view the miracle of organ transplantation forever. Let's start with some shocking numbers. The World Health Organization estimates that 10,000 illegal organ transplants occur annually. That's about one every hour. But why does this black market exist? The answer lies in supply and demand. Globally, there's a huge shortage of organ donors. In the US alone, over 100,000 people are on transplant waiting lists. For some, the wait can be years long. This desperation creates a market for those willing to buy organs. On the supply side, poverty drives people to sell their organs. A kidney can fetch anywhere from $5,000 to $100,000, depending on the country. For someone living in extreme poverty, this can seem like a lifeline. But the reality is often far from it. Let's look at how this illegal trade operates. Typically, it involves three main players: the buyer, the seller, and the middleman. Buyers are often wealthy individuals from developed countries. They're desperate for a transplant and willing to pay big money to skip the wait. Sellers are usually from poor countries or disadvantaged backgrounds. They're lured by promises of quick cash and minimal health risks. The middlemen are the true criminals in this scenario. They're often part of organized crime networks. These brokers arrange everything from travel to surgery. They pocket most of the money, leaving sellers with a fraction of what they were promised. Now, let's talk about the concept of transplant tourism. This refers to traveling to another country for an organ transplant. While not always illegal, it often involves unethical practices. Popular destinations include China, India, and Pakistan. These countries have looser regulations and more poverty. But the consequences can be severe for both buyers and sellers. For sellers, the health risks are enormous. Many experience long-term health problems after selling an organ. They often don't receive proper post-operative care. In some cases, they're left with lifelong disabilities. For buyers, the risks are also significant. The surgeries are often performed in substandard conditions. This can lead to complications, infections, and even death. There's also the risk of receiving a diseased organ. Let's look at a real-life example. In 2017, Turkish authorities busted an organ trafficking ring. The group had been luring Syrian refugees to sell their organs. They promised $10,000 for a kidney, but often paid much less. The organs were then sold to wealthy patients for up to $200,000. This case highlights the exploitation of vulnerable populations. It's not just individuals involved in this trade. Some governments have been accused of participating. China, for example, has faced allegations of harvesting organs from prisoners. While they deny these claims, suspicions remain. So, what's being done to combat this illegal trade? Many countries have passed laws to crack down on organ trafficking. The Declaration of Istanbul sets international standards for organ donation. It aims to prevent exploitation and ensure ethical practices. But enforcement remains a challenge, especially across borders. Technology is also playing a role in fighting organ trafficking. Blockchain is being explored as a way to track organ donations. This could help prevent illegal organ sales. Artificial organs and 3D printing offer hope for the future. These technologies could potentially end organ shortages. But for now, the illegal trade continues. Education is key in addressing this issue. Many people don't realize the true cost of buying an organ on the black market. By raising awareness, we can reduce demand for illegal organs. It's also crucial to address the root causes of organ selling. Poverty alleviation and improved healthcare access are essential. These steps can help reduce the desperation that drives people to sell organs. Transplant tourism is when people travel to other countries to get organ transplants, often in places where it is cheaper or easier to find a donor. However, this practice has a dark and dangerous side. The high demand for organs has led to the rise of an illegal black market, where organs are bought and sold under unethical and unsafe conditions. This black market is thriving in countries like Egypt, Iran, and parts of Africa, where poverty and lack of regulation make it easier for such illegal activities to occur. How the black market operates, the illegal organ trade is a complex and secretive network. It often involves middlemen who connect desperate patients with equally desperate donors. These middlemen are usually part of criminal organizations that profit from the misery of others. The process typically begins with the identification of a potential donor, who is often someone living in extreme poverty. In many cases, these donors are coerced, tricked, or even forced into selling their organs. They might be promised money or a better life, but they often receive far less than what was promised, if anything at all. Once a donor is found, the organ is removed under unsafe and unregulated conditions. The surgeries are often performed in makeshift operating rooms with little regard for the donor's health or safety. The organs are then smuggled across borders and sold to the highest bidder. The recipients of these organs are usually wealthy individuals from other countries who are willing to pay a high price for a quick transplant. These surgeries are also risky for the recipients, as the organs might not be properly matched, and the medical conditions under which the transplants are performed are often substandard. The human cost, the illegal organ trade has devastating effects on both donors and recipients. For the donors, the aftermath can be tragic. Many are left with serious health problems, as the surgeries are often done without proper medical care or follow-up. Some donors may suffer from lifelong complications, infections, or even death due to the poor conditions under which their organs were removed. They are often left without the promised compensation, leaving them in a worse situation than before. For the recipients, the risks are also significant. The quality of the organs is uncertain, and the chance of complications is high. In some cases, the organs may be rejected by the recipient's body, leading to severe health issues or death. Furthermore, participating in the illegal organ trade can have legal consequences, as it is a criminal act in many countries. Ethical and legal implications. The rise of the illegal organ trade raises serious ethical and legal concerns. It exploits the most vulnerable people in society, taking advantage of their poverty and desperation. The practice undermines the principles of medical ethics, which emphasize the importance of informed consent, safety, and fairness in organ donation and transplantation. The illegal trade also perpetuates social inequalities, as the rich can buy organs from the poor, deepening the divide between the wealthy and the impoverished. Legally, most countries have strict laws against the buying and selling of organs. However, the enforcement of these laws can be challenging, especially in countries with weak legal systems or widespread corruption. The international nature of the black market further complicates efforts to combat it, as organs are often smuggled across borders, making it difficult for authorities to track and stop the trade. Combating the black market, addressing the illegal organ trade requires a coordinated global effort. Governments, international organizations, and the medical community must work together to strengthen regulations, improve enforcement, and raise awareness about the dangers of the black market. This includes increasing legal organ donation rates through public education and encouraging voluntary, ethical donations. One approach to combating the illegal trade is to improve the legal framework for organ donation and transplantation. This can include better regulation of transplant surgeries, stricter penalties for those involved in the illegal trade, and enhanced protection for donors. Additionally, addressing the root causes of the black market, such as poverty and lack of access to healthcare, is crucial in reducing the number of people who feel compelled to sell their organs. Public awareness campaigns can also play a significant role in reducing demand for illegal organs. Educating people about the risks and ethical implications of transplant tourism can help discourage them from seeking organs through illegal channels. Furthermore, promoting the importance of legal organ donation can help increase the supply of organs, reducing the need for a black market. Conclusion: the dark side of transplant tourism reveals a disturbing reality where human organs are treated as commodities in a global black market. This illegal trade exploits the most vulnerable people and poses serious risks to both donors and recipients. Combating this issue requires a comprehensive approach that includes stronger regulations, better enforcement, and increased public awareness. By addressing the underlying causes and raising awareness, it is possible to reduce the demand for illegal organs and protect those who are most at risk. The organ black market is a complex issue with no easy solutions. It highlights the stark inequalities in our global healthcare system. As we've seen, the consequences are dire for both buyers and sellers. But there is hope. Through awareness, legislation, and technological advances, we can fight this trade. Remember, ethical organ donation saves lives without exploiting the vulnerable. If you found this video informative, please like and share. Leave a comment with your thoughts on how we can combat organ trafficking. Don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into complex issues. This is Real Talk and Discoveries, signing off. Stay informed, stay ethical.